Testing Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra March update, front camera 4K 60 FPS, guys. Now let's go and see what the back camera can do. This here is the back camera. I'm shooting 1x 0.6 ultra wide. Now I'm gonna cycle to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now 5. Alright, very nice. Now 10. So this is 10x. And now, guys, I can go as much as 20x. 20x, guys. So now back to 1. Wow, that was fast. So 0, 6, 10. 0, 6, 10, 1, 2, 3, 5x. And I'm gonna start running to test stabilization as well. And now let's switch to the back camera, 4K 60. Alright, let me do a slow run towards this boat. And now let's test the zoom, 2, 3, 5x, 10x, and we can go as much as 20x. Now let's check the photos. We are starting with some daylight examples. S24 Ultra March update. You're gonna see a lot of zoom photos, and in general I'm very pleased with the quality from the camera with the March update. Now, can we tell, hey listen, Samsung really outdid it, it's a miracle? No. If you have watched my previous videos, you would know that things like miraculous updates don't exist. But I'm engaging here with the main camera and also with them zoom lenses. And honestly, if we don't have a lot of moving objects, pictures are quite nice, as you will see in this example. So we're gonna cycle through 5x, we're gonna cycle through 10x, then 30x, and even I'm gonna give you guys even 100x so that you're able to see like the maximum magnification. The HDR is, I would say, quite nice, so the photos are not so over processed. We have a lot of details when the details is needed, and all the highlights and the shadows are generally exposed okay. There are some times, or some examples that are not so good. But take a look at this zoom shot here, guys. It's really so consistent, starting from the main camera and going to the 5x and the 10x, and then also engaging with the super hybrid zoom that is now at the end almost like 100% digital, like this one here. And it's still quite nice, and the color rendition is quite the same. Now let's engage with some portraits. I do believe that the S24 Ultra is really very good in portraits, and I am comparing this also with the Oppo Find X7 Ultra, and also now very recently with the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, and I'm still pleased. The portraits really are great, and you can even shoot 1x, 2x, 3x, and 5x portraits. The colors are so lively, I would say, and the skin tone looks so realistic. Today I compared this also with the Xiaomi 14 Ultra with a master portrait, and still I do believe that the S24 Ultra is very, very good in portrait. So we have to still do another comparison video, but just take a look at these colors. I know those people, and really what you see on the screen is really how those people look like. Like the skin tone that is so important for a lot of people out there is represented very nicely and very accurately. Some ultra wide samples to be able to see how the phone is doing there. We're looking here for some drastic differences in terms of color. No, it's the same. Going back to the main camera, and I'm going to show you guys some HDR photos where we have a lot of contrast, we have a lot of dark areas, a lot of light areas. Honestly, the weather was great, so of course if there is sun and light, you'll come up with some nice photos. But the S24 Ultra is really able to shine when we have objects not moving, right, which is easier with bigger kids, and also when there is enough light. This is here almost like stunning, and specifically when you view this on an HDR display, it will blow your mind, like the way I'm looking at this on the screen on the S24 Ultra. Now also some zoom photos during daylight, broad daylight zoom photos are just amazing. There is almost no noise, and even the sky really shines. Now, when you go up to 10x, you will not notice, let's say, degradation compared to S23 Ultra in most of the cases. Now, macro photos are also good with the S24 Ultra, so I've also given you here some examples, and now some random photos just to show you really how powerful this phone is. Now, of course, I'm not really a Samsung advocate. I really like the camera. It has a lot of flaws when you're trying to shoot fast-moving objects. I have a feeling that Samsung are just not able to pull this off. I'm not sure why, maybe because they're using 200 megapixel sensor, they have to do like a crazy binning, but I would say 80%, 90% of the cases where we are shooting still objects, the S24 Ultra will deliver very consistent, very nicely rendered photos. And sometimes if you just get the right frame, like in this case, I would say that the photos will really shine. This is really what we expect from a flagship phone that costs 1,400 euro. Nothing really less than just the best. Again, some attempts to shoot some street photography. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I was trying to capture a bit of the mood here, so not really showing us so much with some crazy HDR shots, but just trying to capture some real things from the real life. Again, I'm calling it street photography, maybe it's not. And now guys, it's going to get interesting, because now we are to observe all the photos where light is going down. And with light going down, you can just see how good the S24 Ultra is still handling this. We don't have an overexposure of the bright areas, and also no crashing on the black areas, so all the colors will still come very, very nicely out. Specifically this case, look at this, right? Like, this is a very nice picture, and I was really proud of taking this picture. Here we see the first problems, a bit of an overexposure on the highlights, but still very, 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 very good results when the light is almost gone. In this case, of course, there is still some light, but you can just see how natural and how beautiful this photo looks. Very, very strange, but yes, this cat was moving and I was able to capture this correctly, and now we have even less light and a bit more problems. See the sky, that's a big problem with S24 Ultra phones and S23 Ultra and Samsung phones. Like, in very dark scenarios, we have this sky bending issue, and the sky and the night really don't look very, very well together. Now, specifically, I was even doing some zoom testing in night, and you can just see with less light, yeah, the quality starts to degrade. We have a lot of noise here and also loss of detail. When there is enough light, like in this case, and I'm gonna also show you some zoom photos, I was really happy with the results. So even if it's night, if we have a very well illuminated object, the phone will produce some very nice photos. But now guys, see what happens when I completely remove the light. All right, yeah, You guessed it. So we have a lot of noise here, and although I like the shot, and yeah, a lot of noise. Now, noise is not always the enemy, right? Sometimes even having more noise isn't that bad compared to like phones that use really to heavily denoise things. And I'm here showing you guys just those photos that really came out good, because I got like 100 photos and maybe like 10 out of these 100 were looking great. But this is what the phone can do with the March update, so let me know what you think down below in the comments. Did you expect less? Are you happy with the results? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. VST over and bye.